I think it's safe to say TikTok has destroyed the car community single-handedly. And this can be seen with all these goofy takeovers and corny car edits we see. What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna talk about 7 cars TikTok single-handedly destroyed and how it's slowly really rotting the car community. Anyways, before starting this video, can we talk about this clean cut? Oh my god, below taper fade. I've been lacking lately on my videos with my hair. It's been really bad and I haven't been cutting it, so I hope you guys like the new look. It still needs to marinate, but it is what it is. But let's get back onto the video. So coming up with this video was not that hard. With car prices going so high and seeing other videos very similar to this, I knew exactly what I had to make and I knew exactly what cars I should talk about. So starting off with the number 7 and probably the least touched out of everything in this list, I sadly have to say the FD RX-7. So personally, the FD RX-7 is my favorite JDM car and probably top 3 favorite cars of all time for me. I'm a big fan, and really if it wasn't for the FD RX-7, I wouldn't really be into cars. And as you can see, I got an FD RX-7 there, and I got other JDMs there, and 8.6 right there. I'm just a huge JDM guy, and the FD RX-7 is really number 1. But the reason why I'm saying this is pretty much most JDM, not only the RX-7, has really gone messed with TikTok because of how cheap they are and just how different they are compared to most other cars. The car community saw that from TikTok and really inflated the price and just overhyped these cars like crazy. You could find these cars for having 100,000+ miles on the chassis, not the engine, and they're listed for like 30 something K. It's crazy. If I could find some pictures, I'll definitely put them up right now. But me myself, I was trying to go buy an RX-7, a nice red one, bone stock, with around 120,000 miles, and the guy was listing it up for $35,000. It's just completely absurd, and even with how good of a car it is, it's not 35 grand. But overall, that's really the main thing. The community of the RX-7 is super cool. They're super helpful if anyone ever has any questions with anything rotary wise. But overall, the prices are just way too expensive for this and just overhyped in that sort of sense. So going on to the next car, we're gonna talk about the car right under the RX-7, and that's gonna be the AE86. There it is. And pretty much this car was overhyped because of 2 things. So not only TikTok affected it, but Initial D really left its mark on this car. With Initial D really hyping it up, it's always been a bit of a pricey car for what type of car it's been. But with anime blowing up on TikTok during 2020 and past, Initial D is no different. It blew up, causing these like 40-year-old cars to just skyrocket to 15K and just really have no use anymore. And the only reason why I have this above the FD RX-7 is because it pretty much went through the same thing the FD RX-7 did, but it's an older car, slower car, and in my opinion just less valuable of a car. The fact that I've seen these cars listed higher than Miatas is just completely absurd to me. It's just a sporty Corolla that was made in the 80s. And yes, Initial D did make it very cool, and yes, it has a perfect 50-50 distribution, which makes it drift perfectly. But for the prices it's selling and for the conditions they usually are in, I just don't think it's worth it, and this was all really caused off TikTok's hype. So now passing those 2, we're gonna stop talking about the price and we're gonna really talk about how these cars are ruined. And in number 5 spot, we're gonna talk overall with the Silvia brand and just the 240SX. So ranging from the S13 all the way to the S15, all of these cars have been impacted in the same way. And what I mean is just the fan base of this car. This car is a very cool car and overall very appreciated by myself. But what this car is meant for is not what these people are really using it for. This car is meant to be a complete back row car, just shredding through the mountains. Even a drift car, it just works so well. And you just see stupid stance out 240SXs with missing and discolored body panels, and it just hurts to see that. And the reason why TikTok has affected this is just overall with the car culture it's brought up. TikTok has really brought in 2 things. It's brought in racers and takeover kids, and racers have really messed up this car. If you're a 240SX owner and you have your car on track fitment and just it's a beautiful car, you have all my respect. It's just for those 240SXs with no fender lining because of how low the camber is and without a credit card fitting under the diffuser or the lid, I just can't respect that because these cars are meant to drift. These cars are meant to go through the toge and the back roads, and you guys are really just taking that away from it. And I have nothing against Sans cars. It's just more of a sense of these cars are meant for drifting. These cars are meant for performance, and yes, they're not the fastest cars, but they're meant for handling, and that's the main thing you guys are ruining. Anyways, passing by the beautiful Silvia Legacy, let's talk about a car you guys were not expecting. And I'm gonna talk about the 350Z/G35 G37. So the reason why I'm ranking all three cars in the same category is because they're all in the same VQ platform. So because of TikTok and really Instagram as well, the VQ platform has really been diminished. And the reason why I'm saying this is they all nearly make 300 horsepower, if not more, and they cost 5 to 2K just off the fact of what these cars are used for. These cars are known to be one of the takeover cars. And if you guys don't know what a takeover is, which I doubt, it's pretty much whenever they take over a street, they burn stuff, they do donuts around the stuff, and they just hate each other and kill each other. It's really a bad problem that we have in America overall, but most of all the place where I live in, LA. I've seen a few myself, and it really breaks my heart seeing cars like the 350Z and just these Infinities being used like this. These cars are meant to be luxury cars that also have performance with it, but as you can see, they're not being used for what they are, and they're really just getting burnt up. And talking about takeovers overall, we can't forget about the main car, the Hellcat. So on the number 3 spot, the Dodge Hellcat is known for takeovers. That's literally all it's known for, and it's known for being stolen and just all that. And the reason why I have this car so high in the list and wanted to put it higher in the list is just because of how great of a car it is and just how it's being used. The base Hellcat itself is a supercharged V8 that's a muscle car pushing 717 horsepower. That itself is just insane, and that sounds like such a fun car, but these cars are being used for what they're not meant for at all. And it just really hurts to see such cool looking cars, such iconic looking cars being messed up like this. It's on the same lines as a GT500 and even a Camaro Exorcist, and it's just being used for the stupidest things ever. Truly, it is for me sad to see this car being used for this, but it is what it is. And either way, the Hellcats are being stopped with production, and they're starting to come out with these EV stupid cars that I just don't even want to talk about it. Now you may be wondering, such an amazing car being ruined by TikTok and Instagram and all social medias because of takeovers, how is it only third on the list? What's higher? And I think it's gonna be the obvious answer you guys are waiting for. And coming in the number 2 spot, we gotta talk about the 992 GT3 RS, and you could include the 991 as well. So overall, the GT3 RS is my favorite car and truly is the goal to get. This car is just straight up perfection whenever it comes to look, performance, or even sound. But the thing is, with TikTok alone, I feel embarrassed saying that's my favorite car, because everyone and their moms is the biggest fan now of the GT3 RS. There really isn't much more to this car. It truly is one of the greatest cars to ever be seen, and because of the hype and everything, it's getting like a $300,000 markup off its MSRP. If I am correct, and if I'm not, I will edit in the correct prices, but the GT3 RS is supposed to be a $200,000 plus car. But these cars' MSRP is not it. It goes up to $500,000 just straight up off the demand for this car. This demand can just be linked to Instagram, TikTok, and just every social media that's pushing it out, acting like it's the greatest car in the world. Which it is. But still, like, it's just not fair. I was so excited, thinking in like a good 5-10 years, I'll be able to get my own GT3 RS. But with the looks of it, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon for me. Anyways, let's finish that up and let's go to the number 1 spot to talk about the king of overhyped TikTok cars. The MK4 Supra. Wow, what a surprise, that no one ever thought I was gonna bring that up. Where do I start with this car? It's a 300 horsepower car that's being sold for $200,000 just off of Fast and Furious and TikTok. These little kids who went to the GT3 RS used to be on the Supra and still are on the Supra, thinking it makes 1,000 horsepower stock. I really have nothing else to say about this car because you guys should know the rest. This car is a 300 horsepower Toyota from the 90s and it costs $200,000, and that's all I really have to say. And I think that's gonna end off the video. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really much be appreciated. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so if you can hit it soon, it'll just be crazy to me. And thank you guys for watching, and if you guys did disagree, make sure to leave a comment down below and say why. I reply to all the comments, and I would love to see why you guys disagree and where I was wrong, because of course I'm not always right. Anyways guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.